have more questions for Frenchie, burning ones. Are you ready for them?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's go back to when you were HOH. You, it seemed like you wanted to keep a lot of people safe because you told them you were going to, including you said, I'm going to keep all the women safe, and then you nominated Alyssa. Why did you go back on your word?
I had the intention when I came in here for an end goal, and I knew that to get to that end goal, I was going to have to make sacrifices to get to that point. I was told that Christian and Alyssa were going to come after me. So I was like, if I can't get him, I'm going to get the person closest to him. So I put her up, knowing that I was going to get Travis from the start, or Brent, one of the two. And I was like, you know what, they'll warm up a chair pretty fast, so.
But you changed your idea of targeting Brent once you...
Yes, ma'am.
Is it safe to say you didn't stereotype him and then you were like, hey, he's a pretty cool guy?
I did. You know, I definitely stereotyped him. You know, I assumed he was the typical jock, meathead, you know, and I actually had a conversation and, you know, I get stereotyped a lot, and I was like, you know what, he's not like I thought he was. And I apologized to him, you know, because at the end of the day, I'm man enough to apologize for my mistakes. And I told him that I stereotyped him and apologized, and he came off the hit list, so there was only one more person to put up at that point. And that's exactly what I did, and I set it up that way.
Any regrets on any decisions you made as HOH or things you said, promises, or...
I definitely would have kept my mouth shut a little more, for sure. You know, watching this show for so long, I knew better. But usually this game takes 4 or 5 weeks for people to start showing their true colors. I came in wanting to cause chaos, and I figured once it happened, I'd start seeing them true colors fast. So that's exactly what I did, just being honest with you.
And do you think you accomplished that, seeing people's true colors fast?
I did, and I'm not the only one who saw it. The whole house started seeing it. So now that I'm gone, they already know the next person on the hit list to go get.
Which is who?
Brent.
Why?
Because he's the one going and starting back and forth.
Well, you did create chaos. I will give you that. I have to be honest, I think you've been the star of the show since it started. You know, now that you're out, we get to find out more about other house guests, what they're like. And some would say you played too hard, too fast. Is that safe to say that?
Absolutely. I knew I did. But I knew that my personal promise to myself and what I wanted to accomplish that first week was my ultimate goal. $750,000 at the end, that's great. But knowing that I could create an everlasting effect for future seasons, to me, that was more important to me.
I want to go back to right before Kylan was going to make nominations, and you called out your own allies. And again, I'm talking about Brent, and I'm talking about Whitney. Why would you do that before nominations?
Well, I knew the second Kylan put that ball in that shark's mouth, I knew I was in trouble from that moment. He was honestly a pawn for me. I did not have any intentions of taking him out. But when somebody tells you you're a pawn the first week, I know in the back of your head you think, you know, I could possibly go home. So I knew as soon as that ball sunk, I knew I was in trouble.
So shouldn't you keep your friends super close before that then?
Normally, but this is Big Brother. You know, you got to expect the unexpected. So my whole mindset coming in was keep the people I didn't trust closer, and the people that I did, I know that they were okay, so I kind of pushed them out a little bit.
This has been a dream of yours. You've been watching this since you were 12 or 13 years old, since season 1.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the best thing you're going to take away from this experience?
Everything. From meeting you to walking through these doors, like, it's an experience that I used to dream about. And I would be like, okay, one day I'm going to do this. And my wife, I started getting, you know, watching the show and be like, I would do that. You know, you think it's easy on the outside. And then you actually come in here, and it's just night and day difference of what you thought from the couch. You know, it's literally 24/7 game consistently. And for me, like the comps and getting splattered with pink paint, you know, and just being able to be myself in there and just be silly, you know, because I like to be silly with my kids. And the fact that Tiffany was in the house too, and she's the same way as a parent, you know, we both enjoy our kids, and it was funny to prank all them kids with the parents.
So it was not what you thought it was going to be.
No, definitely not.
But it sounds like it was better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would not trade this experience for the world. I'm at a loss for words, to be honest with you. I appreciate the opportunity, and I would do this again in a heartbeat without even a second guess.
Final thoughts before we say goodbye?
I just want everyone to know at home that if you have a dream, please follow it. If you think you can, then you will, I promise you. I had this dream of being on this show, and I never gave up. And look where I'm sitting. I might be out week 2, but I accomplished my dream, and you definitely can too. I'm big on that. Just follow your dreams.
Nice, Frenchie. We wish you the best. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
Go home and hug your family.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
I'm coming.
Frenchie, everyone.